Let's take a look at Tesla. CEO Elon Musk tapped for a role in the Trump administration to lead a non-government Department of Government Efficiency, quote unquote, along with former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. Yahoo Finance's Alexis Keenan is here with us now. You're actually looking at the legality of this proposed agency. What do we know?
Yeah, so this so-called department, it's not going to be a federal government agency, right? Because to do that, you need Congress to say, we want to create an agency. Same goes for repealing one. So there will be some limitations as to how far this department can go to cut federal spending, because a federal agency, if it were to be said goodbye to at the federal government, that would need all of Congress to say yes. So neither Musk nor Ramaswamy are said to be federal employees under this regime. In this announcement on Tuesday, Trump said that the focus would be on smaller government. He said its mission is to dismantle government bureaucracy / excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and also restructure federal agencies along with a partnership with the White House's Office of Management and Budget. But where this department will get its authority, its funding, its structure, that's really murky right now still. There is a federal law, though, that might come into play, likely come into play, and it's called the Federal Advisory Committee Act. And what it does is it sets some ground rules for outside advisors when they're advising federal government officials. It requires advisors to do some things like have public meetings. Those have to be open to the public. Also, it has to have actually diverse membership with members that have different viewpoints expressed at the meetings. Also, any reports that these departments issue, these advisors issue, those have to be accessible to the public. Also, transcripts, white papers, and finally, there is a 2-year cap on the length of time that these pursuits can be made. Now, in the announcement from President-elect Trump, I should have said, that says that the efforts will wrap for this so-called department on July 4th of 2026. So that would comport with the requirements under this federal act. But a lot of questions remain, including how do you define government waste? We don't know.
Yeah, Alexis, and you're probably going to say that this is way too early to tell, but just in terms of what the workforce looks like, do they have a team? Do we know anything about that, just in terms of the employees, how big this division could potentially be?
No, we don't know yet. We know there are two, and whether they're even called employees,
and the two leaders,
I don't know yet. But certainly a lot to watch, and it should all be public, so we should be able to track it quite closely.
Yes. If it goes through the formal process, it should be public. Right?
Yeah.
All right, well, we will wait and see. All right, Alexis, thanks so much.
Yeah.